the Skyline Suite and 4 additional rooms.
6 additional rooms.
Well, I'm afraid that's not what I have in my book.
Then you're reading the wrong book, Curly.
I can show you, right?
Nah, I don't need to see nothing. I made the reservation personally. Mr. and Mrs. Sonny Suarez and entourage. I want the best room in the Rancho Rodeo, I said. Plus, 2 adjoining rooms, 2 on each side. That's what I said.
I don't know where the mix-up occurred,
Are you calling me a liar?
Of course not.
Okay, then I suggest you get this straightened out before my husband shows up. Now, the boys here, they're being very generous, but Sonny doesn't have patience for things like this. Come to think of it, Sonny doesn't have patience for much of anything.
Now I'm confused. How come we're not in our rooms right now?
Well, this genius here screwed things up, Sonny.
What? No.
You listen to me. I said 6 rooms plus an extra suite. You only gave us 4.
And you sure you said 6, right?
You think I don't know how many rooms I booked?
Sometimes even with all this beauty, you screw things up.
Since when? Name one time.
We only have you down for 4 additional rooms.
Are you calling my wife a liar?
No, never.
You know what? This is the last time I take advice from Izzy Corelli's wife. She swore by this dump.
Yeah, baby, we should be in our rooms right now, relaxing.
That's right.
You still can, sir.
No, we can't. Not with 4 additional rooms. You see what the problem is right now, right? You see what the problem is? You disappointed me. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens. The real problem, Dexter, is that you disappointed my wife.
Well, completely unintentional, I assure you.
And I can't let that go. I'm gonna have to complain.
Sonny, don't do it. I'm telling you, this clown is not worth it.
Maybe you're right. We'll let the boys do it.
I tried. So sorry.
Come on, you don't want to see this.
Yeah, you know, hey, maybe there's another hotel we can go to, huh?
Please, don't go. I'll fix it. 6 rooms, 2 on either side of your suite and 2 across the hall.
On a private corridor.
A what?
Private corridor. You know what a corridor is, right?
That's a fancy word for hallway.
Honey. And private. That's a fancy word for just us.
You were so hot, you were.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't come here to have fun.
I know. But it is so much more fun being Carla Suarez than Kendall Hart Slater these days. I mean, I can't remember the last time I felt this free.
Free?
Yeah.
Huh. Had to sneak out of Pine Valley, private plane, private cars to here. Can't stay in El Casino. The only person knows we're here is Jack. And you feel free. That's great.
Well, I mean, I don't have to look over my shoulder and feel like someone's stalking me. We're the ones doing the stalking, Zach. This is great. I mean, I can't remember the last time I felt this in control.
It's a long time.
Well, I don't know why we're here, but I'm glad we are. You can't relax, can you?
No. The answer's here somewhere. I don't know. Looking for answers in something I don't even know what the question is. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do this.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Miss Johnson.
That's me.
Hi, I'm Carla Suarez. This is my husband, Sonny.
How you doing?
Mrs. Suarez, I was so surprised when you called. I hadn't heard the name Alexander Cambia Sr. in some time, but the minute you mentioned him, the memories came flooding back. Your grandfather knew how to make an impression.
Unfortunately, I've never met him. That's actually why I came here, to find out more about him. I was hoping that you could tell me a little bit about what he was like in the days before he died.
I'd be happy to. I took care of Mr. Cambias personally during his final hospital stay. And I even was a witness to his will.
Well, then you're definitely the right person to talk to.
But there is someone else you may want to get in touch with. Are you familiar with a man by the name of Ryan Lavery?
Yes, I am actually. Ryan was very helpful. Still, I can't shake the feeling that there are answers for me here. I didn't even know there was an Alexander Cambias Sr. until long after he died. My mother raised me alone, so she didn't really talk about my father's side of the family. So you can imagine how blown away I was when I get this random phone call from this Ryan Lavery, and he tells me that I've inherited a fortune. It's only because of his honesty and persistence that I am now sitting here, a very wealthy woman.
Mr. Lavery was always a good man, and a tremendous help to your grandfather in his last days.
Josh, just listen to me. We can keep Babe alive. But the first thing we have to do is let her die.
Most people describe my grandfather as dramatic and intense. Is that how you remember him? Or being so close to death, did he let his guard down at all?
No, never. Mr. Cambias was all those things you said about him. But I would add stubborn to the list. And spoiled. But not in a bad way. Let's just say he was a man accustomed to getting what he wanted.
With your connections in here, my connections out there, the only thing we need to do is get her out of the hospital. No one's ever going to know that she's alive.
Ryan told me my grandfather left him a pocket watch with an inscription to my son.
Mr. Cambias could be very thoughtful.
Did he leave any other personal belongings? Maybe something he donated to the hospital or to you?
No, Mr. Lavery was the only one awarded that privilege.
We can do this, Jeff. We can make everyone believe that Babe is dead, but we need your help.
You're asking me to do the impossible. Here in the hospital, with doctors, nurses, interns, someone is bound to find out.
Not if we do it right. People listen to you. Declare Babe dead, put a sheet over her, bring her down to the morgue. My men will take it from there.
She's stable. The pentobarbital you gave her slowed her heartbeat down long enough for a casual observer to think she was dead. Unless someone put a stethoscope onto her chest, no one's gonna know she's still alive.
Did my grandfather leave behind any other documents other than his will?
I don't know, but I'm sure Mr. Lavery could tell you.
In all my years of practice, I've never been asked to do something like this.
Please, Joe. Please sign that phony death certificate. I swear I will never ask anything from you ever again. I'm pulling the grandson card. I'm pulling every card I have. Please just do it for Babe. I love her. Help me save her.
Did Alexander Sr. ever talk about his family?
I wish there were a way to do this and not make Babe's family suffer.
Well, that's impossible. Everyone has to believe that this is real. Everyone, her family, her friends, okay. That's where the official autopsy report comes in. That's where we need you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I only wish I could have been more help.
You and me both.
Tell John to bring the car.
Where are we going?
Tell him to hurry up.
Now I know why you were so quiet in the car right here. Alexander Cambias Sr. Beloved father, beloved husband. 1942 to 2003. Have you ever been here before? I don't think it was such a good idea to come here. You're upset, Zach. I can feel it. What are you thinking right now? Just talk to me.
Can't be. He's
I'm Alexander Cambius Jr. Forget that crazy old man.
But he was your father.
I know who he was.
Because I convinced Ethan to take the DNA test.
Make everyone believe the baby's dead, but we need your help.
Billions of dollars to your son, not to mention
Honorable douches.
May rotten hell possible have you me that this is real.
Never been asked to do something like this.
You're upset thinking.
Zach, your father was not beloved. Are you sure this isn't just stirring up a bunch of painful memories? He died a bitter, unloved man. He died a bitter, unloved man. He died a bitter, unloved man.
Zach, what are you doing? Zach, stop it! Stop it! Zach, guys, will you help me? Please, Zach, stop it! I will not let you do this to yourself, Zach. You gotta stop, okay? Listen to me. Listen to me, okay? Your father is gone. Honey, listen to me. He's gone, okay? He cannot hurt you. He is dead, Zach. He's dead. What's wrong? What is wrong?
Dig him up. Tell the director to meet me at plot 1177. No, stop! I didn't say ask him, I said tell him. 5 minutes.
Zach, you don't have to do this to yourself, okay? Nothing in that coffin will take away your hurt. There is nothing buried in there that will help us find out who killed our friends.
I know what I'm doing. There's a secret in that grave. I don't care what permits you need, I want you to dig them up today.
There are channels to follow.
You better get going.
You can't go around exhuming bodies.
You know who I am?
Everyone in Vegas has heard of you, Mr. Slater. No one's seen you in town for years.
I was born Alexander Cambius Jr. That man's my father.
Common knowledge.
Every right to look at his grave.
Then you call my office.
Do it now. And please, don't make me ask you again.
I will get the back door immediately.
One more thing. Me, the lady, and the boys, we're not here right now.
What clue do you think is hidden with your father? Your father thought that you were dead, Zach. He died thinking that you were gone, so he would never hide something for you in his coffin, not intentionally.
I tried so hard to get him out of my head.
Okay, well then why bring him back now?
While we're here, standing in front of his grave. He spent his life making mine miserable. Why stop now?
Zach, he can't hurt you anymore.
You know, he worked really hard to make me love him. When that didn't work, he decided to make me hate him instead. That he could do. Anything just to have my attention. Good or bad. I remember I was 8 years old, and I found this little dog down by the stables. Cute little guy, you know, and I'd feed him, take care of him. And one day I came home from school, and he was gone. My dad had put him to sleep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. 10 years later with Hannah, I cared about her, so
he took her away from you.
Yeah, same thing. It's my dad. He'd do things behind your back, but what he really enjoyed was doing them right in front of your eyes.
So he didn't hit you, but he abused you just the same.
The only world you were allowed to have was the one that he decided to give you. And you should be grateful for that.
I'm sorry, Zach.
too. I tried, you know, I really did. Try to suck it up, stick it out. I couldn't do it. Just had to get out. So I did. And I left Michael behind. I remember the day when Michael walked up to me and suggested we trade places.
Why would he want to have your life?
Why? I don't know. He needed my father's approval. He needed Cambius. All I needed was to get out. So I told my dad I was leaving.
I bet your dad loved that.
He laughed at me.
You think you can make it alone? That you can escape me? Escape your heritage. I will always find you. Wherever you go, I will know what you do. And I will stop it.
He wanted to teach me a lesson. I knew he could. So one of us had to go, either him or me. I chose me. Stage date. Fatal car crash.
Zack Slater was born.
Mm-hmm. And I was there at my funeral. I was looking on and I saw my dad grieving. It's my turn to laugh. How many years since I left Cambius, left my father? Still I feel trapped. My own man, call my own shots.
Zack, you do. You live life on your terms. He doesn't have a hold on you anymore.
Until these murders, there's someone out there wants to make me believe that I can't protect you, your business, your friends. Can't make a life for you and Spike.
Okay, stop. Okay, stop it. We will have that life, Zack, and we'll be happy.
This is my dad. Vengeance, punishment. Being taught a lesson.
Do you think that the killer is carrying out your father's instructions? That your father couldn't let you go even when he died?
I'm thinking more than that.
Oh my God. You don't think...
Zoe was probably standing right here. The killer comes up behind her. Or maybe in front of her. There's a struggle. Zoe grabs the coat button, and it ends up here.
Oh my God.
I hope to God these women didn't die just to punish me.
It's not possible, Zack. There's no way.
Mr. Slater.
My son was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and and is found.
Zach, you were right.
Mr. Slater, my staff and I deeply regret this unfortunate discovery, but we are in no way responsible for the disappearance of your father's body.
When was this grave opened?
Open? I don't understand.
My father didn't know I was alive when he was supposedly buried. No one knew.
Someone had to dig up this casket and put that note inside of it.
I assure you that no one did that.
What? My husband wants an answer.
I'm quite certain I'd remember.
What?
I took a vacation. I'd completely forgotten. According to my records, someone did authorize disinterment at that time.
Who? Who?
Well, who was it, Zach? Who dug up your father's coffin?
It was me.
When you look at that, what do you see?
I see what we both see when we're at work. Bianca on the letterhead, stationery, business cards. It's the Cambius crest.
I thought that Miranda and Zach were the only remaining relatives. Is there another Cambius out there we don't know about who's committing murder?
Someone pretending to be me gave the order to dig up my father's grave.
You have every right to be upset, but as I explained, I was on vacation at the time.
You run this place, right?
Yes, sir.
So I hold you personally responsible.
This is a crime. We're talking serious jail time and a civil suit that will bankrupt the next 10 generations of your family.
We will take every possible step.
I want to know everything about this phony Slater. What he looked like, what he sounded like, what kind of car he drove, everything.
I'm afraid that's not
Stop
possible.
talking to me. Get on the phone, get whoever's responsible, tell him the real Zach Slater wants to talk to him right now.
My deputy cannot speak with you.
Why the hell not?
He died 7 months ago, just after this order was issued.
So this grave was dug up 7 months ago. That means that he started planning all of this before then.
When exactly?
The date is right here. It's
July 23rd. The anniversary of the day I died.